I think I have it though.
Huh? It sure looks like it.
Last episode, I completed the can't play it unless I find it in the wild challenge. I scored the win with a black Wii console and a stack of games, mostly for the Wii. Not the coolest games on earth, obviously, but I've definitely played worse, and we can't overlook how great a deal it was. $23 total invested here for a working console and games. A third of the actual value here. In fact, we've got a lot to break down from the finds on the last episode, but for now, let's get you back into the fray.
Wow, look at all that. In case you want to open the studio. And we got some of them type video games over here. How you doing today? How much? 10 a piece. Okay.
Yikes, $10 a piece for older Gen 8 games? I don't know. May not be a good deal here, but there may be a newer game that I need. We need to look through them. There really are some cool games here. No doubt about it, but 10 bucks is about what GameStop charges for a lot of these. And they're doing buy two, get one sales and stuff like that on top of those great prices right now. So I'm gonna have to pass on these.
How much you asking on these, man?
What is it? The video game?
PS2?
I do $4 each.
$4 each?
There's a whole box of games right here, and $4 a piece for complete and box games isn't terrible. But this is mostly commons and sports cheese. I guess we're gonna keep looking. Now, in the last episode, I scored this CD booklet full of PlayStation games for only $5. Let's see what's actually inside this thing. Now, first I checked the front pocket of this nasty old thing, in case there were some DS cartridges or something stuck in there. What I found was an old $5 bill folded up in there. You can tell it had been in there for ages due to how flat, creased, and weathered it is. Absolutely crazy. So before we even look at the games, I've got my $5 back. All this is free. We've got Gran Turismo, Toy Story 2, Buzz Lightyear to the rescue. This one's actually worth something, even loose. Iron and Blood, Warriors of Ravenloft. Also worth a little bit, being an Advanced Dungeons & Dragons product. Kinda cool. Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1, 2, and 3. Nice trilogy score right here. It definitely beefs up the value. Machine Head? I mean, this one seems pretty uncommon. I couldn't really find any good comps on it. And I've definitely never played this one before. NFL Blitz 2000, man. Too bad the PS2 I found in the challenge was a junked turd. There are some really fun games in this pile. You know we're playing some Blitz. Cool Borders 3 and Jet Moto 2, very common, but still fun games to play, and they're in good shape. SimCity 2000, Space Jam, I mean, that's actually worth a little bit, surprisingly. I mean, okay, Yosemite Sam is dunking a basketball right now, so I can see why. Risk, The Dukes of Hazzard Racing for Home, wow. Asteroids, Driver 1, Oddworld, and RC Revenge Pro for the PS2, which isn't worth anything loose, but it seems like a cool one. I don't remember ever playing this one. And some assorted sports cheese, but hey, not a bad lot for free, right? And you know I'm bringing disc-only collecting back. Which of these games would you be keeping to play? Comment below, because you know that I love getting a conversation going with you right here on the show.
I think I have it though.
Huh? It sure looks like it. Got the Hori controller on the sides. How you doing there, man?
Doing good today.
How much you doing on the NES here?
75 for the NES. The controller and cords are down there. It also has a new
Oh, it does, doesn't it?
An NES just sitting here. But wait, We can't get too excited. Now, this guy's a known reseller. This stuff may not be cheap. $75 isn't awful, right? If he wasn't handing me the 72-pin connector with it, right? That's pretty much telling me already this thing doesn't work, or it hasn't been tested, or both. Again, if the games were cooler and came with it, this would be easier to take a chance on. But at $75, I decided to pass on it.
How much you doing on the Switch here?
130 with the controller and the charger and all that stuff.
Buying a Switch in the wild, absolutely terrifying. Wouldn't be the first one I've bought. But the last one I bought was completely dead. You gotta be really careful buying consoles here. You gotta be very careful what you pay for them. 130 bucks for a Switch. I mean, that sounds good, but it really isn't. That's high at this point. You gotta think about how long that system's been out. That's a high eBay rate. No guarantees and no returns. I'm telling you, it's just too much to risk. It's cool to see here, but it's not a risk I'm willing to take. There's an Atari flashback here. Now, I'd break for these, but the buttons on this console are all busted and pushed in. Again, it pretty much tells you that this console and most of this stuff is untested, and I'm just not interested in investing in anything else right now that requires repairs. In the last episode, I bought a cartridge lot consisting of Atari 5200 games and some Sega Genesis carts. But included was this Mortal Kombat 2 cartridge. Yes, cartridge with a K. Some kind of weird add-on for the Genesis. They apparently made them for Super Nintendo too. After researching, I can say there's not a lot out there about this thing. I found a forum conversation from about 13 years ago that explained that this unit has something to do with controller macros for the game to make the moves easier. One of you in the comments actually echoed a similar refrain. I figured one of y'all would know. That's what makes networking here so cool, right? But hey, 0 eBay comps on this thing. 1 unsold listing, and you can tell by the vague description that the seller has no idea what this is either. Plus, his is a number 1, and mine says number 3. I'll hang on to it. I mean, it's really not valuable from what I can see, but it is Sega, and I don't own one. Now, when you're gaming, it's a must to stay hydrated as well as energized. In the heat of the action, I use Glytch Revive or Glytch Energy. Order a Glytch Energy or Revive tub or a convenient starter pack today at glitchenergy.com. For a limited time, save 20% off your Glytch order with promo code Emceemur at checkout. Stay hydrated and stay in the game with Glytch Energy and Glytch Revive. Well, the weekend came and went, right? And it's always fun firing up an old Wii. I mean, the Wii is old enough at this point that you can be nostalgic for it. And while the games I ended up finding weren't exactly top shelf, it's still cool because the Wii is a whole vibe and experience. And adding pizza, well, that can make everything just a little bit more cool, right? The Nitro Bite game wasn't bad, and I gotta say, this Dream Pinball game is actually kinda cool. It looks really good for a Wii game. I don't know, if you'd like to see more challenges like this, let me know in the comments below. These are fun to do, and we've got more hunts right around the corner. And if you want to get into another hunt video right now, then click right here and keep the action going right now. I hope you'll drop a like on this video if you enjoyed it, and make sure you subscribe to the Emceemur Show if you have not already done so. I will see all of you in the next video.